Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo. Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Tokwe Makadike. How are you?
I'm good.
You haven't seen the Singaporean this week, have you?
No, I haven't.
No, she hasn't.
This
She's
is
hugged me already.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Called Mania Magazine. His work in photography and visual arts has earned him lots of international recognition abroad and locally. And with his light-hearted and easygoing demeanor, his unique style and mastery of aesthetics and creative lighting, welcome with us the veteran himself, Kelechi Amadi Obi in the building.
Yo.
Good to have you.
Good to have
Same here.
Yeah, you know, I've
glad to be
heard
here.
of you. I've seen you in the past, but I've seen you physically here for the first time. It's such an honor to have you on the
This
on,
honor is mine.
on set.
Thank you.
So, photography in Nigeria has evolved over the years, and you're one of the veterans. In fact, you're probably one of the pioneers of this industry to make it a proper industry. How does it feel? 2022 now, there are lots of photographers out there who are doing great work. And how would you, put in a nutshell, talk about the industry of photography? How has it grown in the last
Well,
decades?
it's exploded, really, I would say. We got into the photography space, I mean, when we were shooting film,
Yeah.
you know, and we've sort of walked through that process, the evolution from film to digital, and then from digital to the ubiquitous phone. You understand? But what has happened is all through those metamorphoses, there's been a multiplication of the need for imagery. You know, it's sort of become, as new media and stuff is coming out, the more the need, you know, for good photography. And with the digital, with the internet, with that space, social media, it's global. So then the quality just has to be the same as anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You know, I do remember a time when we used to have this, this is the quality in Nigeria, and then that is the quality abroad. But now the lines are very blurred, you know.
wow.
So what has happened is that, you know, the nature abhors a vacuum. You know, when there's demand for it, people will rise to the occasion.
So, I knew you before you went gray. And, you know, I was looking at you. When I saw you out there, I just remember a very adventurous part of my youth because I was modeling. And I used to model with Kesa Jabari, and then I used to model with Modella. And then we used to come to your studio, and it was just like, you are special if you get to be photographed by Kelechi Amadi Obi. Like, that is every model. Yes, every model wanted to be, you wanted to have your headshot, you wanted to have your picture by Kelechi Amadi Obi. And I've seen that evolution consistently over time. And we're living in a season where everybody feels like it should be like this. I should fall in love with something and I should just blow. And then I will start making the millions and I will remain number one. How has it been dealing with your people you trained, taking that space, your clients using them, life-changing like that? How have you moved through that journey?
And still remain relevant.
Oh, well, I mean, I do have a philosophy in life. I believe that the true reality is in the moment, you know? I mean, they say, oh, wake up and smell the roses. And so for me, it's all about the process itself. You know, the process of creating, the process of living, the process of making things, for me, is an end in itself. That process then becomes my life, you know? So what I absolutely enjoy is this being in a constant search for the new and enjoying the process of being a student and the learning. And once you're like that, you constantly evolve. And photography itself is such a dynamic, you know, sort of business. It is based on technology. It is changing. Right now, we even have AI, you know, creating things. So, you know, if you are afraid of learning, then you stay in one place. And yes, you will always find the new talents. What is happening now is so beautiful. Every day, I'm looking at all these younger ones, you know, putting up really, really creative work. And what can I say? You know, it's beautiful. It's something that for me is at the core of what I set out, that maybe we can achieve this. Maybe we can change the look and feel of the continent of Africa and the way people see our people. And it's not by one person.
Right.
It has to be legion.
Yeah. Okay, Bajibata.
All right, so when you've built such a global brand, and it's very unique. So when you see a Kelechi Amadiobi picture, you can already tell that this was shot by Kelechi Amadiobi. So how have you been able to maintain that consistency in excellence over the past couple of years? Your journey's been decades, not years. It's been so long. So what's the drive to maintain that excellence and be consistent?
Oh, well, what can I say? It's all about setting standards for yourself. So I like to set very high standards. I always tell some of the younger ones, the thing is, it's a comparison between you and you, but you have to say, okay, this is the best in the world at this. Does my work compare, in terms of technical proficiency or whatever? But at the end of the day, creativity, again, is so unique that you have to find your own voice. So then there's really no serious means of comparing your work. So at a point in your creativity, you will develop the courage to be yourself. And once you're yourself, then there's nobody that can be compared. Then your work becomes this kind of thing that you can say, this is unique. And once it's like that, and the world accepts it, then you're getting into that space.
What's the future of photography, especially because there are lots of people that come into the industry, and when parents hear their child say, I want to become a photographer, then what is it? How much money is there? He's taking people's pictures. So people are still somewhat skeptical about career. I know somebody who is a Harvard graduate. He came back home and he told his mom, I'm done, get my camera, and now he has a studio. And the mother keeps saying, I don't understand. This child, he went to Harvard, right? He went to Harvard, and he's taking pictures. So there are lots of people going, so what's the future of photography? How do we tell parents to encourage, can we encourage children to go into this work, and what's the future looking like? Let's talk to parents today.
What can I say? The future is good. I mean, I'm doing this, I'm taking care of my bills, I'm enjoying myself. I don't know how to put it, but again, just like every other thing, nothing comes easy. The important thing you need to look at is the child enjoying the process? Once you're enjoying the process, for me, I believe that success is a process. It's a series of habits, So if the child is enjoying the process, they will most likely, succeed. Or rather, they've succeeded already. We're just waiting for the money to follow the success, And so once the child has that passion, don't push them in a different path. Support them. And if you're afraid that they may not survive, look around you. You would find that the industry has completely, gone to a different place. People are paying premium, for their time and things. And the photography is so versatile that you can really get so many different streams of income, from it, if you know what you're doing.
So everybody has a camera. And our phone cameras do wonders right now. There are things you can do with your phone cameras, tweaking and there are a lot of apps. There are a lot of, tech has improved a lot of areas of our lives, especially within the photography, videography space. And the question is, there are some jobs that tech has taken out, and there are some tech will take out. Is photography in any way one of those jobs that tech might take out?
Well, at any point...
Let me just qualify that. So there used to be this, people, when they're doing news, the US, we see videographers carry the camera in helicopters to do, and now what do? Drones. So that job is out totally. So obviously, some will go.
No, absolutely. I mean, there is no doubt that technology will take some people's jobs out. I mean, like I told you, when I started photography, we were going to the dark room to process our film. When the digital came in, when the QSS machine came in those days, a lot of studios closed. They couldn't handle the fact that people have small cameras and they don't need to know how to process film. You just go to the QSS machine and get their 15 naira per copy done. Now, that took out a lot of photography. When digital came, a lot of people also couldn't handle it. So at any point in time, when technology shifts, a lot of people, but one thing that technology will find very difficult to take away is the artistic mind.
That's you.
Is the artistic eye. Is the ability to create from millions and millions of experiences that you've had that makes you make the decision to point your camera in a certain place, put your light in a certain way. That thing is difficult for technology to replace. And that is what makes you an artist.
Interesting. I love it. How did your family, let's go a bit personal now. How did your family accept this line of business? Because sometimes, I mean, when you started, I'm sure it wasn't one of the most popular careers to pursue.
Much money.
So did your family, were they always excited about it? Or they said, oh, God can get correct job. This photographer you're doing is not going to be.
Well, I've always been a bit of a rebel. You know, what can I say? My father was a high court judge. My mother was a teacher. Yeah. And in my family then, you know, it was only two professions that were truly recognized. It was law and medicine.
Everybody's a family.
So I studied law.
Yeah,
you know,
wow.
So I mean, what brought me to Lagos was law school. Right. But you know, and I have not always been a photographer. I actually started as a painter, so that was even more difficult. You know, I mean, so once I finished law school, I decided to start painting.
Really?
Yeah. So I was stubborn like that.
What kind of painting? Like painter,
watercolors and
So you never practiced law at all?
Well, maybe during my youth corps, you know, I went to court a couple of times. But I had made the decision I was going to be an artist from my year 3 in school. But I just, you know, I wanted to make sure I get called. And
your wife met you as a lawyer or as a painter?
No, I was a painter. I never really practiced law. Right from law school, I
she was willing to marry a painter.
Oh yeah, my wife was actually an artist. You know, she studied art.
Oh yes, so
very easy.
Perfect blend.
You know, so yeah, it was you know, now she's an interior designer, but you know, it's a perfect blend. We met at an art exhibition, so.
Nice.
So yeah.
Sorry, we love these kind of stories. Was it like love at first sight, or it took a lot of prepping? Look at you already blushing.
Well, I mean, the truth is, yeah. I mean, the first time I saw her, it was very interesting, you know. And then we became friends. You know, we became friends over the years, support each other, talk about art and things like that. And then, you know, after a while, it just occurred to me that this is my wife.
Oh, nice. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, find out what you're working on. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So Yomi Fabiyi is a notable actor, director, producer in Nollywood. He has been in the industry for over a decade, and he is known to have produced several award-winning movies. Welcome with us, Yomi Fabiyi in the building. Yo.
Thank you.
First, before we start celebrating you, I mean, I have personal grouse.
I know.
In fact, you're a highly controversial human being as you're standing like this.
Really?
But one of the first things that I thought in my head that I wanted to ask you is, after Baba Ijesha was convicted, do you feel you owe Princess and others an apology for trying to discredit their position on that matter? Because it was a very, very sensitive topic. And because of who you are, do you think you owe them an apology for that?
Naturally, I don't think I owe an apology, because there was that misconception about what I was actually standing for. Okay. You know, human rights scorecard is very low in Nigeria. And I am of the opinion that we were all not raised with the basic ideas and the tenets of human rights. We were not raised to understand that when an issue is up, the key actors in any case deserves their rights to be protected. So when I noticed that the rights of the victim / complainant is being given to them, why should anybody feel sad or feel bad that I am agitating that the rights of the defendant should be also upheld? Any sane society will reason along that that is a just and right cause to fight for. But in Nigeria, we are raised with brutalities. Many parents abuse children, not just sexually. They trample on the rights. They don't want you to express yourself. And we have been made to believe that only victims have got the right to speak. And when they speak or when they lay their complaints, we should just ask the defendant. We don't want to hear, we don't want to balance the story, we are not raised with the truth. I like Uto.
Yeah, but, you know, initially when the matter started, I understood that it's okay to allow for different perspectives. And it's okay for people to take sides. You know, you may have known this person longer, you've known some character traits, and you feel this may be just unjust for this person. Imagine if somebody brings an accusation here. I'm very sure the ladies will say, no, this is one of us, we know, you know. So that was okay. But then after the judgment, it still seemed like you were fighting the judgment. That was what I didn't now understand. Shouldn't you have at least soft pedaled? Because then the court has given a judgment. Yeah. And if you feel the judgment is wrong, you can now start with the process of appeal, than still speaking like somebody has done something wrong when the court has clearly said this is how the case goes. Okay, I'll answer this by starting with the fact that I studied the Bible. And I know clearly that the Bible was not supporting rape when the Bible emphasized on the story of Potiphar and Joseph. Majority of people that think they know the truth, when they actually don't balance the story, they are hiding behind cost. And I am a very particularly careful human being. I have been fighting for the truth. And as we speak, you are women, you are parents. You studied and you went through this case for a year plus. Can you, in your honesty, I'm charging you to the court of conscience, how old is the girl? This is a lady that has features of an adult that was used to bait an adult. Can you, in your honesty, tell the world and your viewers, how old is this lady? Because the age is a focal point for the judgment. How old is she? Tell your audience.
So, from the question you just asked now, it seemed like, you know, when you started the show, you started, you know, I've been on your program where you were raising awareness for human rights and justice and fairness and all of that, and I feel that it was a good platform. It still is a good platform, and it's something we should talk about. Everybody should have their day in court, and nobody wants to be falsely accused. We've heard stories of somebody saying, I just didn't like him, and I said he raped me, and the person spent years in prison. So I believe that it's good. But where you just went to now, sir, I wish you not go there. Because what the message, and we need to be careful of what we're saying.
You should answer my question before you.
There are several cases where you cannot. I have been I've been 6 feet since I was like 16, and I remembered clearly that a 32-year-old man was propositioning me consistently, priming you, and I was extremely, like I did not even understand what was happening until. And it was lying to me about it. Until somebody told me that, do you know that this man is 30? So I said, that's twice my age. It's always in my head that somebody twice my age. And I was actually even harassed by him. So you will now say, because me, I'm a 16-year-old girl. And if you look at me, and I was tall, everything was tall as this. You will say that I am an adult. No, and I should know what was going on. I did not know. Okay, good. I had no idea.
I think we need to really understand ourselves. Let's put gender card here.
Okay. It's not gender.
The question she asked is, I look like I'm still not
in support of the court's judgment. Yes.
And I have responded. I have asked you a very salient question. But I respect you if you are an Abinger, if you support the truth and you want to be seen as somebody who likes fairness. The focal point for the judgment still lies around the age. And the law stipulates that if a minor is being molested. The onus is on the court to establish the age. So that even if the defendant, the accused, does not know, ignorance is not an excuse.
So what's the age now?
I am asking you. You are the media. You are supposed to tell the public the truth. That's the truth they want to know because you are the face, you are the voice of the people. The court cannot ascertain. Don't forget, the girl in question gave different ages. That is established. I'm like, why would you be giving different ages? Okay, no problem. Now, the girl in the court, throughout, the things that are needed to establish the truth and the age of the girl under the law is, number one, birth certificate. If you don't provide the birth certificate, the law says the mother or an adult who was there when the child was birthed should testify before the court that I was there, this is her age. That was absent. Now, medical test to prove that if those ones are not there, all this, you were all silent about it. And you're not even talking about the fact that the life of the minor, if she is 14, is in danger to gather evidence. You need to also tell me where it is in the law in this country where you should endanger the life of a minor to gather evidence.
Wow.
Because when we look at the old stuff, it's quite appalling. When people think,
you know, can we, just so that we don't degenerate into something, I don't want this conversation to degenerate into something.
Degenerate. We're going to
just listen. Civil. Just listen. So, at the time that the baiting that you keep mentioning,
not me mentioning, it was established in court.
Okay, established in court. There are also facts to show that he started this when she was much younger.
Which fact? Can you?
It was stated. It was in the papers. I read it. She gave her opinion in court, and he talked about when he came years before, when she was much younger than the age of this baiting that you're talking about. But I want you, you know, you mentioned something about the court of conscience.
Yeah, there's a...
And I want, yes, and I'm asking you to look at your conscience.
Okay.
Look into your conscience and say that the case as it ended was the wrong way that it ended or the right way that it ended. And the message that has been sent because of this case is a wrong message or the right message.
Okay, first and foremost, let me make this clear. My name is Yomi Fabiyi, and I'm an advocate of human rights. And I will continue to say to everybody listening to me, raping, molesting a child is a serious criminal offense. If you're caught, you will be punished, and you will be punished severely. Okay. However, we should also understand that we live in a society that we need to balance the truth. When Potiphar did it, I am very sure if I stand behind Joseph, the same conscience is what you're going to be swimming to. But the fact remains that we are in a society. Rule of law is sacrosanct. Yeah. And the moment I am beginning to see organized crime, premeditated crime, the first person that should protect the child, if truly she was a victim, is the mother. And I saw a situation whereby you claim the same victim used to see the man in TV, he shakes, he is traumatized. I expect continuity. When the ladies saw her, they asked in court, because majority were not speaking the truth. The media that were there, they were not feeding the public the truth. They asked the girl, you were said to be traumatized, which is acceptable. Children need to be protected. Now you saw your perpetrator. You lost the trauma. And then your mother, who you have told initially, who is aware already, the woman left you with him. You went to close the door. They asked her authoritatively, why? You didn't go to your room. You were not so irritated. You didn't go anywhere. Why did you go and sit beside him again?
I would like us to actually move on.
Yeah.
To where?
Move on from the debate because Grace Mama is still there. We're going to go there. But you see, it's important that we must understand that these are adults who orchestrated this. And the reason why, one of the reasons why it was important for them to have done that orchestration, hang in there, because of the precedence of our society in this kind of cases,
and they will never believe.
A little girl never gets justice.
Yes.
It's always your word against mine. So in that situation, if you're in a, well, I'll let you speak. If you're in a country where when a child speaks, the entire system works for that child to make sure that girl gets justice. But unfortunately, we are still work in progress as a nation. We're not there yet. So the only way, and I hear you very well, because you're saying that if my daughter was in that situation, will I orchestrate that again to let my daughter go through that pain? Again. I get that. And it's debatable. But you must also understand the adults in the room saying, listen, the only way we can catch this man is if we orchestrate this thing so they can catch him in the act. We will not let him go far, but he must be seen trying to do what he shouldn't be doing so he can go to jail. Okay, now, first thing that I would have expected mothers to do, I noted it. You were not concerned about the life of a minor, number one, if truly she's 14. Number two, if the testimony were to be true, the complainant said, my girl told somebody. You are not asking, why is a person first told not even talking? And secondly, you are not concerned about parental negligence. If truly a 7-year-old is defiled in my house, not that the girl is living with the person,
is living with me. Somebody came to visit me for just 40 minutes. And you defile a 7-year-old who has not been defiled before. And you're telling the whole world that the girl is not sick, no evidence of pump shaking, I didn't take her to hospital, no multiple tears, anything that she level here, everyone got a feel. Why would somebody tell us that story and then you claim that you were there, that I was there that day, but I didn't notice anything? So the man did it. If it is a word of the mouth, he who asserts must prove. I am not saying children are meant to be catered for. They're meant to be cared for. Nobody should mess up with children.
Okay,
I have fought for children. I have fought for all these things. More than. We were at Human Summit now. I spent millions organizing a human rights summit. How would I be so stupid and say, I want to stand by a rapist?
Okay,
are we moving on?
Let's switch.
I wanted to just...
No, because it is very, very personal.
It's a sensitive
matter. You know the statistics of people that have been molested as women. The number of people that have been molested.
Have been silent.
Because what I said on the show today, I never told my own parents about it. Because they know the person.
What you are now asking us to do is to still going back into backwardness. You want this country, it's like we're in a work in progress. But immediately you stuck into the old ways. Jungle justice, fire by ordeal, torture, organized crime. How do we differentiate the truth? I am fighting against police that don't use torture as a means of investigation.
So what I'm hearing you say now,
a civilian to do that.
What I'm hearing you say now is the judgment was wrong. You have said that in so many ways.
The defendant is appealing the case. So that means there are so many lacunas. They are seeing loopholes. And it's within his right to appeal.
Okay.
Nobody should
point taken.
infringe on his rights.
Let's discuss...
let's move forward as a nation. Not all these sentiments.
Another allegation.
Blah, blah, blah.
This issue, this is your auntie, Grace Jimo.
Auntie?
She's your wife?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, she's
I am divorced since last year.
All right.
Single.
You did something recently that many felt that was inappropriate, showing the video of her in labor. Many people thought that was distasteful, and because they said you're trying to score points, trying to prove a point. What was that about? What was your mind when you shared that video? And what exactly happened? In fact, let's step back. What happened with you and Grace Jimo?
Thank you so much. What you been here? The world we live in, social media age. They just think, go to social media. Open what you know social media. Many women are on social media, so there is likelihood you might not win in any case. I did all my best to care for this woman. Everybody saw it. From birth, I did everything humanly possible. She got pregnant. I was in UK for 6 months. I came back. I took care of her. I have not even met her parents. I have not even gone to her house. She said she's not going to leave. I said, no problem. I took extremely good care of this lady. But when women want to force you to their will, and then you are not ready to have good characters, you want to be controlling me, you look into my phone, you complain this, you hit me while I was sleeping, you draw my genitals, I can't touch a woman. I'm not in that habit of touching. And at that point, it's so sensitive for me. Any news, Lagos State will hang me. So I was just suffering in pain. 4 good times, I had to call in the police that I am going to die. The 4th time I told the DP, I said, I am telling you on my honor.
So she was abusive?
Terribly. I threw the evidences out. Immediately she saw the evidences, including when my security was with me at a point, midnight. At a point, police came in, she left the baby, she ran away. When the police left, she came back. I can't touch her. She will be talking to other men, I can't do anything. Now, I decided to say, okay, fine, let me just go. I went to police. Police said, go to court. I went to court. They separated us. I gave her what I can give her in my property. I said, take them. The house you are living, take it. I'll go and look for a house elsewhere. And I moved in under the supervision of the police. Because, I am a soft target. After doing all this, they said I should be giving you 70,000 naira monthly. The baby is breastfeeding. The money is for her. And any expenses for the child, I'll take care of it. I do take care of them. In the first 2 months. I left. Immediately, this lady went and then sneaked to a blogger that used to mess people up. I want him to go down. She started selling fake stories. I'm like, why
How does a woman switch from loving you to hating you? I don't understand. Something must have happened on the way to...
In this day of social media, we can't differentiate which is true love again. Because many things are hypnotizing, brainwashing them. They want to be on point.
So do you think you played any part in how it turned out, is what we're saying?
The bitter truth is that nothing actually bad turned out. except that she wants me to still stay with her. Nothing bad happened.
Okay, you moved on from her.
I moved on. I packed my load. I picked things that I needed. And then she said because there was no generator. And then I said,
take it easy. I want to calm down first. I want to understand. Two, a man and a woman are together living in the house happily, at least supposedly happily. What happened? Is it that she cheated on you with other men because she said that she was talking to other men? Or is it that you cheated on her? Is it that she was abusive or you are abusive? So what happened?
At what point did it turn sour?
God bless you.
It's been turning sour. I said 4 times I called the police.
Why?
Because she was attacking my life. She was going to eat me, kill me.
How?
Because she said she saw pictures with... I gave her a phone. She said she saw picture that I gave her. She said she saw picture of me and 3 ladies. You don't know which one I'm dating. And she started fighting me.
Which one were you dating?
Okay, so there were allegations of...
So you're cheating on her?
No! This was even... I give her the phone. We're not even in a relationship.
Okay.
You're not getting this.
Okay.
Previous.
Okay. All right.
When I was in UK. How can you be seeing message? She saw a message with my ex-wife, the Yoimbo. You are fighting me over it. And then the worst part that led to the video, to go to your question, she now accused me of a very serious, terrible thing. She said, I beat her to stupor that forced her into labor. That is a huge one for somebody. You know, I'm a human rights advocate. I am a decorated human rights ambassador. How do you say that to me? When naturally I don't even like touching, I would like to touch my partner. You have done worse things. I didn't raise a finger.
That was why you released the video.
So I have several moments where I cared for her. It's quite unfortunate. People are pathetic on social media. I took this woman to the hospital to give birth. I was at the edge. I am to pay. I am expecting. You now think that the next thing I want to do is mock. Does that make any sense? She was down. She was calm. And I was doing Snapchat because nobody to do my video like, Sheboloma, you're going to do more after this one. You know how you play with them. When women are pregnant, they say, I'll give another birth. But when they get to labor, they switch.
No one born again.
But so I was just like trying to teasing her and trying to show the kind of cordiality. At that moment, she said, I beat her to stupor. Like, does she look like somebody
that was beaten?
To stupor. Why would you put this up? Because you want to bring me down. Because you know people are so reckless on social media. And they order to change the money. Does that make any sense?
Mr. Fabiyi.
Wow.
Okay, let me
come to you. You know, I hear you, and I wonder, like, social media must really mean you.
Giddy.
Like, but you're not the only one on social media.
Why
so, like,
you?
Why is it a target on your head?
Why does it seem like after one, another one is coming? Like, you seem to be swimming from one to
one controversy to another controversy.
What's going on?
Only you waka
you know, basically, because naturally, in the industry, I fight for rights. Outside, that people don't know, I fight for rights. So people, when this one is not as advantage of what I'm fighting for, they mean you, they create fake accounts. I have never created one in my life, so I don't feel the pain. That is why when they abuse me, I don't feel it. I don't see it.
Because of small time, there are other issues. Let me
So there's this story of, there's an allegation of sex for role allegations. And I would just like to even hear your side, because we have heard the social media side.
Social media.
Yes. So tell us.
No, the point is...
Please, can you defend that allegation?
No, naturally, they will always go for Samson. They will want Samson to go down. If he gets to his stage, Samson will be weak. But me, let me be honest with you. There is no way somebody will come... Our job is passion-driven. If you want me to attack those that find love in the industry, you want me to be insulting those that are couples. But when people know that sex for role is a serious thing, and if they attach it to you, it weakens your reputation without basis, without evidence. Look at the other young lady that I helped into the industry.
Yes.
She went on for a long time and claimed sex for role, blah, blah, blah.
Is it the one that said you showed her
all those ones are, they are agents. I have many enemies, they use anybody. But which is the big game. I get saying, naturally, when you are very soft, you're very easy. I offered you a role.
Okay.
You got into the role, I didn't do that. You went on for a long time saying things that will weaken me because I took a firm, disciplined decision when you messed up. The next thing is later, you know, okay, let me come. She came up with the truth. He didn't ask for sex for role, but he asked me out. Where does asking somebody out If I like you, Auntie Morayo, even when I can toast you.
Mr. Brown will beat you.
No, see, if I do it before Mr. Brown, he can react. He will only say, hey, young man, she's mine. Oh, sorry, sir, you're lucky. I will only compliment him. Koba. Me, actually, say why I can toast Queen Elizabeth if I think I like
dead.
her. No, when she was alive. Okay. But why should they turn it to crime? Because they know social media is so reckless. They put up they can't just support the difference between sex for role and asking you out.
There are lots of producers and directors that we...
Don't go along accuse. They use it for men. We are weaker. And you're bringing money advantage.
Yomi Fabiyi,
only people are raised properly. Only few.
They say there's no... Wait, Morayo. They say there's no smoke without fire. That if you are around a dustbin, after a while you start smelling. Do you think there's anything you're doing that is making all these allegations come up?
I am not perfect. If I toast you, you say no. I didn't force you. And I'm doing my own. But you expect me that because you reject, I should star you in my movie.
So they have to accept for you to star them in the movies?
They get angry because they think because they didn't accept.
That's why they're not star.
Where is the condition that I must use you in my movie? That is why that guy said he didn't accept, he didn't use me in his movie. What kind of entitlement is that? They bring it to social media and you all dissect it and think I don't have life. So I just go blank.
Do you know what I'm curious about? I would just like to know who... I would like to know, see, beyond these controversies, beyond the stories,
yes,
I would like to know who you are.
Well, Mariam, high five.
Simple.
Who are you?
ABC, as good as I am, I just see that I am a decorated human rights ambassador with the U.S. Embassy. You also...
100th time, yes.
Title?
She was at my summit. I think whether she or it was Rugged Man or somebody that made comment like, Yomi, you're spending millions on the Human Rights Summit when you could have used it for launching and stuff like that. It's my call.
Your passion.
When we were having the NSAS, while I chose to stand by the public, I have never been brutalized or messed up by the police before. I have never been even put in cell before in my life. But I feel the pain of those that have been hurt. I was campaigning during the NSAS. I was sleeping on the floor. I decided to do one cloth for 10 days. I did not shower. I was sleeping on the floor in Assembly here and Lekki. I was only lucky not to be... I don't know why that man held me down on that on the 20th. But on the 21st, I was out. Now, I was doing my own without no attack. They wanted... At a point, they were like, why are you of all celebrities coming to sleep? You are looking for clout. I said, who are these people? Where did they raise them?
Okay, let me... Because I have little time. Wait.
That is me that you are knowing.
How many... Can I ask
the human rights activist?
How many baby mamas do you have?
For now. You said I should speak the truth.
How many baby mamas do you have?
I have one.
Okay.
I have another one.
Loading.
How many altogether?
Except they come forward.
Okay, the ones that you are aware of.
The ones that you all know.
The ones that you are aware of.
Aware of fully.
Yes, you are aware of.
Some will threaten you with...
How many are you aware of?
The number you are aware is what I am aware.
See, I sense a streak of male chauvinism in your talk, the way you are, the way you even objectify women, and I sense, and I said to myself, and I asked myself, how was your growing up?
Wrong allegation.
So maybe it's a perception, so I could be wrong.
You said it from the beginning anyway.
So, like, did you grow up with sisters? Do you have a mother? Do you what's your what?
No.
How did I come to this?
No, that's not
Did you grow up with your mother?
It's a comedy.
My mom. I have a very, very decent, honorable background. My mom raised me to stand by the truth. My mom raised me not to do things for material gains. And while growing, forget about it. Go into the industry, ask my colleagues, not on social media. Ask them who really I am. The only thing they will tell you is Yomi has guts. If he wants to go straight, he's not going to bend. If Yomi stand by you, I don't betray. I have penchant for loyalty. So, and that alone upset some people that you should try and be diplomatic, pretend. I don't fake. I don't want people to like me. I just want to be doing right by your side. So they see like, you are in the industry, you want fame. Why are you acting like,
you have class?
Class.
This is why I ask you, because you seem to be, you like to distribute your your seeds around a lot. You like to just see what I can do the queen, I can do this, I can do
No.
Like,
were you just saying that for?
Do you have some kind of discipline to retain and be loyal to one person?
In respect.
Even if you're not taking the joke, at least I've known you for a few years. Have I asked you out? No. Have I asked you out? So why is my class in doubt?
Yes, because just
every man, it has been destined that men will go for women. That is why even when we ask out, universe, they say even when we meet you women, even if when you men have interest, you will still want us to say it out. And that is where, if naturally they make it balanced that when women too should ask out, I will not ask many women out. Because I built myself to an extent that I know that I am attractive to women. So why should I not have class? Why should I not respect women? Tell me where I've disrespected women. Go into the industry, they will tell you how much I have stood by women. I can start giving you counts. And I can tell you authoritatively, I'm probably going to rank as one of the most prayed for by the parents of all my colleagues. I can, from Funke Akindele to Tonya Imaku to Kemi Afolabi, their parents will personally come me to a side and pray for me. That is why all those attacks from left, right, government, everybody, like nothing reach me. Except they want to do it deliberately now. And God is on my side.
Is there any other thing you're working on?
Yes. Thank you.
Movie production,
career.
anything in the pipeline?
I do some real work, as I saw.
I hope these things are not distracting you from...
It's a life commitment that you choose to do when you want to stand by what is right. You know, I just want to do the least I can, do my best, and leave. It might not really materialize or make sense now because I know how we were all raised. We're just not raised with the truth. We're not raised with understanding human rights, duty of care, and things like this. So later I will make meaning. I will make meaning. But I just want to do my part, see what the movies I have. The one that is coming currently is Ashishela, Costly Mistake. And I'm going to be starting another production on the 27th, which is Placenta, Ibiomo. And then my cinema movie is coming very soon. Big one.
So you're busy.
It's working. It's a very busy.
I just finished some productions.
So who are you dating now?
No.
You're a free agent.
Extremely free. But I am cost.
Yes, you're expensive.
I'm on the class.
It's free, but
But you like older women or younger women?
I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate with women. That's one.
Older women in the past, right?
Yeah, sure. Because
How much older? Like 10 years?
10 years.
Really?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I couldn't even differentiate. I'm still the man.
Whoever, however.
Just pray you're blessed with a good woman. Most of the young ones that we have now, they don't even want to listen to anybody. They're just on social media. When they give birth, they're on social media. They live parenting.
One final question.
Hey.
Why the movie Okoyabo during the trial? What was that about?
That's another very important question. Thank you. There was no trial then. There was no court session. The court was on strike. And the person who was accusing me, who was bastardizing me, she has got millions of followers. So many videos. They were calling me rape apologist. And I'm like, what I am saying is quite germane. Loud and clear. You are ruining my reputation. And I need to walk on the speed of light. Luckily, I'm a filmmaker. Anything I see, I must use it as a film to educate. So there is a particular story, different storyline. So I just had to infuse what traverses between me and her into it, like 4 scenes or 5 scenes.
Why use her name?
It's not her name. If you Google Iyabo, it brings millions. If you Google Iyabo, it brings millions. Her name, her face, her voice was not used. See, many people have been tutored wrongly on social media. I deliberately, the point is, there is Okoyabo. I can always bank on that. I'm a filmmaker. Show and bees. It is a show part. But they only twist it to make it look like I'm attacking the victim. When I don't even know the name of the victim, I don't know a story. It's not even a story. I only put one thing that connects the character of that Yabo. To tell my story that I am not supporting the crime
itself.
I am only speaking human rights. And I even showed in that movie that there is that cordiality and respect for the Yabo. People didn't see that. They expect that. Oh, let's ask him. And they rushed. They said, oh, he committed a crime. None of the journalists could even estray it and say, the judgment that nobody should talk about this was after the movie has been done. So I should go and throw it in the bin. Nothing about the story, no fact of the case was in the movie. They were publicizing it. Even your station, they put it, Yomi Fabiyi to be prosecuted.
We have to run now. But thank you very much, Mr. Yomi Fabiyi.
Khalid Showemimo says, Mr. Controversial.
Yeah.
Bolutife says, right on Uncle Fabiyi. And Timu says, every party is pained in a relationship, but how they react should be judged. Everybody.
Okay, we have to run. That's all we can take. Thank you very much, Yomi Fabiyi.
Thank you. Thanks for staying with us. So we have with us a Nigerian actress, film producer, model, and television personality, the beautiful, gorgeous Yvonne Jegede in the building. It's good to have you, girl. How you doing?
Fine.
Good to have you. So before we get into your interview about yourself, what you're working on, there's a topic that we're going to be talking about. I would just like to also get you to join it. So we saw a tweet by Onyi Consola Alabi at Motions Doctor. She put a tweet out saying that women have been sentenced to the war room for years to pray for cheating men. But the moment a man catch his wife cheating, he will divorce her or send her packing. Can't he pray too? Can't he bind the demons that want to destroy his own home? Or has God also stopped hating divorce? So somebody now replied, the person, I think at TK Kosh, says that there's no big deal. I'm currently still married to my wife who cheated on me twice. The question is, do I still love her? And the answer is yes. Everything will be prayer. So we're discussing this issue of war room. Because many women, oh goodness, trust me, there's no way you hate, go, Morayo, you must go to the war room. You must go to the, everybody's war room. I especially that when the movie came out, oh my goodness, it was every Tom, Dick, and Harry was referencing the war room. And we're thinking, okay, do you think men too should begin to enter the war room when they find out that their wives have stepped out? Should they just say, call family meeting as they usually do and say, no, I'm done with this living, get out of my house? Or they should go and enter war room and pray against the demons that want to remove their wives from them. Let me start with you, BC. Why are you laughing?
The tides have always been against women in our culture because it's a patriarchy. And so you wouldn't blame a woman who chooses to, I don't believe somebody sentenced you, but you weigh your options. You know that you cannot live without this man. You have children. You have bills to pay. If peradventure you leave, you're not independent enough to be able to take care of them. So the only thing you can resort to is the war room, to ask, whoever or however to help you secure this, your husband. And the fact that there's a prize on getting a man, being a married woman, the way the society has made it that if no matter how successful you are as a woman, if there's no man, they call it a covering over your head. Even a bike man will insult you when they don't see any ring on your finger. So I wouldn't blame women who resort to doing this to protect their men. Men have always gotten away with bad behavior because it's their time, it's their world. It's patriarchy, it's a man's world. So they don't need to go to the war room because they can easily replace you and society will not crucify them for that. But you cannot easily replace him. Society will crucify you.
But to uphold a moral society, we discussed it yesterday, we're trying to see how we can project morality. Maybe if our men start entering the war room, because the truth is that we are hearing that more women are cheating. In fact, they're better at it. They're so good at it, where they keep it so discreet. So maybe when you suspect that your wife is stepping out, instead of you raising down the wall and telling the whole family or trying to make a fuss, can men begin to consider entering the war room so that their wives can come back home?
You know what? When it comes to this cheating matter in homes, I feel that men go through these same issues too. They know they have their issues where their wives are cheating on them. But unlike women, men do not get the public sympathy of you know, saying that my wife has been cheating on me. Instead, you get ridiculed. So men are usually, it's better if it happens in secret. They can handle it with that person in secret. But the moment it goes out, so that, you know, to prove to the world that, yes, I am the man in this house and nobody can do nonsense and get away with it. But for a lot of them, if it's something that has happened quietly and they resolve it, you know, they go in. Women, yes, as you're right, many times we're looking at the way marriages are structured in Africa, where bills and everything, the husband is the one that brings in the money. But modern times, we have families where it's 50-50. Both partners are bringing in something. So that, for many people now, that leverage that the man used to have, which is, you know, I won't give you this, I won't give... If the woman leaves, she can go on to live in her own beautiful house, do the sort of things that she even likes to do without you. So what I feel that men are doing now is, see, let's discuss our thing quietly here. The world does not need to know. And then we move on.
I like that part. I'll come to you, Yvonne, now. Okay. Because I like that part she just said. A lot of women are making more money today.
Yes.
In fact, it is in the man's interest to enter war room. Because if she goes, your ashiri will too, as in everybody will pay, you're not the one that you don't have money. Yeah. You're not working. She has Boyola Shiri right now because she's the... I mean, how do Bola say in English? Auntie, give me the English word. She has covered... Oh, yeah, Yoruba? Oh, sorry.
She understands.
She has covered your secrets because she's the one, she's the breadwinner. Everybody thinks you own the house. But if she leaves...
Gang.
Everybody knows that you ain't got shishi. So it is in your interest
to enter the war
room. And this woman, please, stop, don't cheat on me. Don't go, don't ashiri me. Don't you think so?
Well, my own take is, I'm sorry, I have a cold.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
My own take on this issue of cheating is that I think why men don't tolerate women cheating is because they don't have a big heart. Women have bigger hearts. We can tolerate, we can forgive, even with, you know, our day-to-day people we come across and stuff like that. Women are nurturers, so that mother instinct a lot of times helps us contain certain situations that we find ourselves in. So for the men that can't take it, like you said, if you find out and it's in secret, then you guys can manage it. But in cases when it comes out like that, I think first of all, it's just because of men are like children. I don't know, they've said that thing 1,000 times. I never used to believe it so much.
Until you enter it.
Until I entered it and until I got a lot older. And then I see some people that I probably have a relationship with, and I go home and I see Xavier and I'm like,
what's the difference?
What's the difference? What's the difference? So I think they really don't grow.
Yeah.
That's my own. Because I see my son throw tantrums and I'm like, this is the same thing this man
was just doing. You know? So, I got, even yesterday, I was driving. I say, should I turn right? And I'm thinking, yeah. Should I go left? Yeah. You go here every day. We pass it. Go anywhere. She can turn right.
So the children at heart.
I think that's why women can.
So, let me, what are your thoughts on this?
I think that we need to have more men praying for their marriages.
Yeah, I agree with
you. And I think
Jerry.
that culturally we don't see it as, it's not seen as a normal thing. It is expected, they put such burden that for the home to work, it's a woman. A woman keeps the home. What does a man do? Does he break the home? You know,
he provides.
Who would benefit from a good home? Both parties.
Yeah, true.
Actually, most men will say, I just want peace. Well, pray for the peace.
Absolutely.
Pray for your wife. Your wife is happy, you would have peace. Your home works out, you would have peace. In most cases, when you go to churches or prayer events that are spiritual, there are times where they will raise prayer points for the women to pray for their home. We don't have enough of that where you say a man should pray for the home. Yeah. A man is praying for the wife. A man is praying for the children. And a few men are doing it. Amazing. Thumbs up to you. But we need to make it go viral. You know, you are on social media, you see War Room, and it is organized by women for women. We don't see Men's Room, and it's a prayer platform organized for men to pray for the family. Do you know if men take their role as men, the country will change, the world will change.
Absolutely.
But we are having a lot of men being pampered, you know, nurtured, taken care of, and you don't see that you are a man. Man up, stand up, be the man. Yeah. Take hold of your home. and make your family work. Raise your children. Don't blame your children. Say, "Omo to ba that ti babe ni, omo to ba that ti yen." That means if a child turns out good, it's for the father. A bad child, there shouldn't be any bad child. The only reason we're having bad children is because the men are not taking and sitting up. So make your own war room.
Thank you, Sokwe, because as laughable as a tweet might be, it's actually an important clarion call to men to actually do go to the war room. So men should start creating war rooms. You know, it could be in your office space. It could be in your, you could find a private place. But the idea is that you're the priest
over
of
your
the home. Even in the Muslim, get the imam in your house. Because I think Nima always said her father was very, very strong. Was a massive influence in her Islamic lifestyle because he instilled in her. So she could decipher what the external imam is telling her versus what her father is teaching her. And she's able to say here and tell us here and tell us the difference between what is popular and what the Quran is really saying. So
we have moved away from topic.
So the men now are saying that take hold of the prayer in your house.
Yes.
It's still the word moral.
If your wife is cheating, that's the topic. Your wife is cheating, don't just divorce your wife. There must be a reason. There's a spiritual reason for your wife cheating. If your wife is cheating, it can be an attack. It can be an attack.
What's that demon?
It could be an attack. A spiritual attack. So you sit, you kneel down and you pray. You go naked and raise your hand and tell God to fight for your spiritual.
The Jezebel spirit they have taken over your wife.
Yes. So you go naked as a man and say, "This spirit that wants to break up my family, I come against it."
Let's be real here.
Let's not laugh about this. You know, it's serious.
I know it's serious, and I think it's just revenge. So you need to take out the choices for the men. Men have choices. There are more women than men in our society all over the world.
It's just like 1% extra.
It's not 1%.
It is 51 of
it's 1%.
It is 50. A lot of women have no husband, and then the men.
You don't see the men because you only see few men. You see the green.
You see the one that are
ready. Men that are ready.
Women are ready.
More women are ready compared to the men. So the men always have options. They will now wonder, I've cooked chopped this egusi for how many years? Why do I want to enter world for? If you're going, please be going. So they have options. The only way we can really instill this is to probably take out their options. If you're going to be in a monogamous relationship, let's be sure it's monogamy. If it's going to be polygamy, let's be sure it's going to be polygamy. If polygamy is going to work for us, please, can we adopt this polygamy and save ourselves all of this stress? Because it will be difficult to, get these men together. When they sit together, it's not prayer they want to pray. They want to drink and gist other things they don't want their wives to do.
No, men's fellowship in this, they pray, but I think they mostly pray about businesses.
No, sure,
they pray for business.
But I think most of them need to pray for business because the man's... Okay,
another thing that can actually help with infidelity in marriage is open marriage. Because, if my dear... Because for infidelity, if you and I have an agreement that, okay, I am a man, I cannot be devoted to one woman alone. Which is what this whole conversation is about. Men cannot just stay one place. So I just think it is unfair why this woman who is at home taking care of the kids and doing all of that is restricted because the society says she must be. Now, when a man and a woman find out that, okay, the husband finds out that the wife is cheating and it's in secret, like you said, and they can contain it, a conversation can come up. This is something that two adults, can sit down together and say, okay, this is what you are into and this is what you must do as a person because you and I have the same blood.
Discreet code. Hey. Oh, so you know what? Yvonne has taken us to a different angle. We can't take that topic today. We'll make it a different topic. But this one, this one is interesting because an open marriage, what you're saying, and we're two adults. We have kids. You're cheating, I'm cheating. Let's have a conversation. Let's retain our home to raise our children in a good home while we do adult things discreetly. That's what you're saying. It's a conversation that we're not going to have today.
That we never have.
We will probably when we come back, we'll discuss Yvonne's career. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Don't kill for power. If Tolu Tilapia becomes the head of this area, people will suffer.
We don't agree.
From next month, I go become chairman of the whole union.
One of them I go take my own position.
I saw you be big for nothing. I didn't borrow you smoke.
Saforate.
You want contest?
You want me?
You go do that for me?
Yes.
Eh?
Wait.
And as it be so, it's Tilapia no try kill him next 1 month when I come bastard.
Yeah. So you're in that movie.
Yes.
Oh, tell us about that.
Okay, this is Rising. You guys just saw Rising. Rising is out in the cinemas today.
Oh,
today,
congratulations.
December 9th. Yes, so I'm excited. You saw all the cast list.
Fully
I can't wait, yes. I can't wait. It's action, feel.
So what was your role there? What was your character?
The love interest, the beautiful
girl.
I'm
sure you love the love story part. All these Nigerian movies have been kissing a lot these days.
I'm
All
showing
of you are really daring. I don't understand.
So but they should slap me too now.
You don't see when he's chopping slap.
Too much daring things in these Nigerian movies these days, but it's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
you.
So it's on cinema today. Any plans to go on?
Yes, I'm going to Ikeja City Mall from here.
Wow, so you can
like
catch
a meet
her
and greet
Yes,
or
yes,
the
meet
watch
and
out?
greet.
Oh, fantastic.
My God.
And also to watch
it just seems like I've known you forever. Do you understand? Like you've been in the movie industry forever. And I would like for you to just give us a little part of your journey. How has it been getting to this place, cinemas, and just being a household name?
I joined Nollywood 2 times. Okay, the first time was when I was very young, during the African Queen era. And coming into Nollywood was not, I would not say I had a tough time, but I went for auditions. I trekked. I waka. I climbed Okada where we were for So it was a very good experience. But one thing that was kind of set me back at the time was the fact that I couldn't speak Igbo, and I was not an Igbo girl. So most times when I meet the marketers, you know, the likes of those old people, they always say, in Igbo. I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, So the communication was a problem. You know, most of them then were not so enlightened like that. But yeah, they were businessmen. So it was a problem for me to really interact. But somehow, a few of them gave me opportunity. And then I left 2007, came back in 2012. That is when I really came back.
Okay.
Yes, that was when I really came back. And that was why I hear him. So I just, it was hard because then people who had seen some of my work and then they'll be like, she sabi act that time, she will still sabi act. So I even got somebody who offered to give me a job in Enugu, and he said he called me for a script, and then he said he had 10 scripts in total that he wanted to shoot, and he wanted to put me in all of them. Okay, all right. So how much are you going to pay? I was like, I want to give you visibility. They asked me how much for 10 movies. I'm like, brother, I have a certificate. It was 10. And it was just, I had, yes, I had,
well, here you are.
I had issues like that. I had problems.
Tell us about this movie in particular. How was the what do you call that thing? The casting, the whole
production
itself.
Yes. Rising was directed by Big Sam, Samuel Olatunji, and I got called for the job. I read the script. I was flipping through and I'm like, this script is not a regular. You snatched my boyfriend. I will give it to you. It wasn't a regular. I was like, okay. And when I get scripts like that, like the one I told you guys I'm going to go do in Akure, I will close it. When I get halfway, I'll close it and start all over again. So I did that with the script and I started all over again, and I knew this is something that I really, really want to be a part of. And you can tell from the script that money will go down. You can tell that all there's accessories and all the, things in the script were money demanding. So I said, okay, this will be a big project. So we went on board, and then I heard we were going to shoot in Oshodi. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to Oshodi to film. But we had to go see certain people, and then they gave us permission to film in Oshodi. So we filmed in Oshodi for almost 2 months. Every day.
Wow.
And no touts, no area boys, nobody came.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
Because they were well taken care of. It was a very, very good project. It's a very good project.
I'm really excited for you.
I met you for the first time on the set of CC Picture Perfect.
I knew that in your face. And I told you that you're very beautiful, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And you are such an amazing actor.
Thank you.
Just get it and you deliver. So how have you been able to hone your craft in such a way that you now give excellence? What sort of a practice do you put into a script when you get one? Just tell the viewers.
I first of all, initially before when I just started, I used to rehearse my facial expression. You know, I have a very strong facial expression. So I used to rehearse expressions in front of the mirror. But I think now what I've been able to do with my performance acting-wise is that I sink into my character. I mean, I don't need to have an imagination or anything. If I'm playing this particular role, a woman has lost her husband, has lost her kids, and something else is happening, nothing is good is happening. Yvonne, really, how will you feel?
Yeah.
How would you really feel? So when people ask me, how do you cry? I don't remember anything bad that has happened in my life. I'm sorry.
You just put yourself in that character.
I just sink into it.
Okay, we have to wrap up. So just tell us, so it's going on air, you're going cinema today, and it's all the way for a while, and then we go, are we going to ever get on Netflix or any of the other? I'm not sure yet, so you let us know.
I'm not sure yet if Rising will get on Netflix. The producer will have to determine that. But
Rising's
yes,
cinemas today.
It's
and you're going to be there at Ikeja.
Yes, I'll be at Ikeja.
Are you doing the rounds across Lagos?
I'm doing a round. For today, I'll be in Ikeja because Ikeja is our biggest cinema for now. So, but between this, before the day runs out, I'm sure they'll have to run like a scheduling, yes.
Fantastic.
So
Well done. Congratulations. So go watch Rising today and let us give you feedback when we do. We'll come to you online and let you know how it is.
Please, I would love to hear.
Thanks for staying with us. Veteran Nollywood Yoruba actor Lukman Oloyede, popularly known as Olaiya Igwe, has taken his support and advocacy for the emergence of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in 2020 presidential election to another whole dimension when he went naked at the beach to pray for him. Joining us on the show is the man himself, Mr. Lukman Oloyede. Welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
Good to have you on the show. So you broke the internet this weekend. Everybody was like, what is going on? Wait, Baba Agbalagba.
They turn it to that.
Exactly.
I don't have that in mind.
Tell us exactly what it was about.
Well, I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be on this program.
Okay.
I am here to tender my explanation. I am not here to tender any apology.
Okay.
But I want people to know the reason why I did what I did. Okay. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Asiwaju, has done a lot in my life. And I've repeatedly said it on some of my interviews. I don't want to waste much of my time to repeat it again, but I will go straight to what I did last 4 days ago, the reason why I did it. I was asked to stand up and to go and do it spiritually. I slept. I am I have a gift of revelation by Almighty God. At times, I see what God plans for me ahead before it happened.
Okay.
I was sleeping that day, and the voice came to me and said, please stand up. You said you love Asiwaju, and he has been assisting you, I said, yes. Stand up, go and do this for him. I am an artist or a beat politician. But professionally, I am an artist.
Right.
And I said, okay, as an artist, I can do it, but I should think about my immediate family.
Right.
But I want to tell you something. I can do anything to support Asiwaju. As long as I believe this thing has nothing to do with any other person,
right,
I can do it to any length.
Let me get a few more questions in from you, because I know the ladies have a few questions for you.
Yes. So I know that people who are really spiritual, they use different things to pray. We see women wake up in the middle of the night to pray for their children. So this just shows me that there's a strong support. You really have a strong feeling towards your principal, and you really want to see him succeed. But my worry is, how did he get into the internet? Were you doing it and you had someone who was posting, recording you or something?
Much. Thank you. If you are a Yoruba, Babalawo can say, okay, if you want to do this prayer, make sure you go to various markets. On a market day, carry a bowl. And a lot of people will be there.
Yeah.
There's no difference of doing that to what I did. I deliberately recorded that event.
Oh.
I deliberately, for people to see.
Okay.
It is not because of money.
Deliberate.
Okay. Yeah, because, it was an intentional that I should do that, because I listened to
the voice.
The
and then you posted it yourself?
Of course.
Oh.
Okay.
I did it.
That video showed that, you did it deliberately.
Deliberately.
Obviously.
And I have no cause to regret.
You showed a lot of work. Now, the issue of regret is subject, because it could have been, it seems counterproductive. You edited it and put the lighting effects in the video. Did you think after the video that, this could be counterproductive, or has it been productive to you?
No, it can't, and I will tell you why. Firstly, when I was in university recently, they taught us one subject, they call it individual differences under mass communication. As long as I'm doing what I'm doing and I believe that thing cannot affect any other person,
right,
I think I have freedom of that. Okay. So, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu is a big fish in my life.
In the lives of many.
I don't know yours. But
in the lives of many.
God bless you, my sister. It's a big fish in my life. And I know that it's going to be the president of this great nation very soon.
Okay. So let me come in at that point, because people were commenting under, there are lots of, oh, you broke the internet. It's not small. And the comments were like, oh, he's trying to be relevant. He wants people to know that he did something. If they say you should go and do it, do you need to let everybody know that you did it? But if you don't let people know, they will not get any appointment that comes in time when things are coming in, that it is a commercial game. Everybody is trying to be relevant. And you've already said that this is a personal decision and you have a freedom to do what you want to do. But you must also realize that you are a role model. Everybody, majority of the Yorubas, and I'm sure even non-Yorubas, grew up watching you. And to see a video like that, it will be sending mixed messages. Some people got different messages. Some people watched that video and they got, you can hear a voice and the voice will say you should go and pray naked, and you should go and pray naked. That it's acceptable. Some people got the fact that I want to be politically relevant. I want this Asiwaju Bola Ahmed to know that I am in the...
I work for him.
I work for him.
Thank you. Not because of that, my sister. I've been mentioning Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. I've been telling people what he has been doing in my life since, not because of the election period. Not because of that at all. Now, whatever they thought, my decision is my decision. I did it deliberately to support Asiwaju. It's a program.
Did you have to be naked, though?
No. I need to.
That's the instruction.
For that instruction, I need to.
But my question is,
but I did not show my toto or whatever.
Yeah.
I show my back.
Right.
Then you made mention of one thing. You said role model. That word model. Some model will naked and display for people to say that they are model. Yeah. I am a theater person. I did not show what people expect to see. Right. I did not show that. I show my back. And the camera did not pick that in. Right. So I thank God for that. So that is the reason why they are saying people are annoying because of this particular election.
Well, would you say
some people that are talking are from other party?
What would you say?
Believe that, and some agitators of Yoruba, whatever, or whatever.
Some will say you're doing it out of fear that Ashwaju might lose. Is it like so he doesn't lose? So let me go and is it like somebody woke you up? This man will lose the election, so you have to go and do this ritual too.
God will not send me what. God will never send me what will not work. Believe me, today, Ashwaju is going to be the president of Nigeria very soon. You will see.
What has the feedback been like from the Ashwaju's team since the release of the video?
Yeah, has there been any feedback?
Have they reached out to you?
Who called you?
I'm so sorry. I am not here to tell you all those things.
No, okay.
It's a personal thing to me. Okay.
When you say personal, see, when I was preparing for this, when I heard that you're coming, I was thinking to myself, and I said, I was trying to see where you're coming from. Because my job is always to look at all the three sides. And, you know, when you say your video that you felt like it was like you owed him, this is something he has done. And I'm saying, just like Nima said, we're all in that shoe. Because even I can tell you that Ashwaju has done enough in my own life. Yes. Even my father was sick when he was practically abandoned by almost everybody. After he had a stroke, many people abandoned my father. Ashwaju took care of my dad, made sure my mother was okay, did a lot for my family. So when you say you feel like you owe, I understand that sentiment. I feel that payback time people are saying, I understand it because I understand I'm coming from that shoe. But will I go to the extent to go naked to prove that?
Or is this the best?
Is that the best way to show this man the gratitude, which many say there's payback time? So that's the question.
You've mentioned your own experience. And earlier I have said I taught about one subject when I was in university. Yes. That's individual differences. What you cannot do does not say I cannot do it. My own, Ashwaju can be described as a product. I am a marketer. I can advertise, or even spiritually or physically, I can sell my product the way I want it. I can go at length to support Ashwaju in any form.
Are you a Muslim or a Christian?
You want me to tell you the truth? I'm an allergic.
Let me drink water on this one.
What does that mean?
My name is Alhaji Lukman Raji.
So what does that mean?
That's
Muslim.
It means I'm a Muslim. Okay, now, Muslim did not permit that.
Okay, just make sure.
Muslim did not permit that. Okay. But forget about the religion this time around.
Okay.
I heard
you went traditional.
Not traditional. Don't put me
spiritual.
Where I don't. Yeah. I had a voice. That's what I told you. Yeah. You put the religion aside.
Let me just quickly.
Then we're going to break. When we come back, we continue our conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing with our guest. We had a question for him.
So we've had this conversation a few times concerning the impact of Nollywood on our people, how Nollywood makes people see traditionalism. You can go and meet a babalawo and they will tell you, this is what you should do. For Mefa, AKJ, do something else. That's wash your head 6 times. And the 7th time, maybe you hit the head on the wall. And then they'll say something will not happen to you.
Say it as they used to do in the film. And they'll throw the sponge and don't look back.
Throw the sponge to the back and don't look back. You know, especially within the Nollywood industry, they entrench this spiritual that does not give room for you to just, without putting a lot of logic. And we've seen the impact. Small children, I want to be Yahoo boy. Another person will say, I want to go and they should cut soap for me so that I will do it. So we are not seen as something to aspire towards. And your actions now outside the movie, and so that they say it's our culture, that's what people do around. And we've argued it's not culture, it's skinny corn, it's not culture. But now you've taken it out of movie into real life. When we see in the movies, anybody does this. But sir, you are a well-known person doing this. How would you feel if other people start saying they also heard voices and they are going to the streets, that the voice told them they should stand in the middle of the streets and dance naked?
Well, that's their own problem. If God did not tell you something and you went straight, you go out and do it, well, you will see the end of it. You will see the result. So I don't need to tell anybody not to do it, but listen to the voice before you do it. Very simple answer.
Okay.
So if I did not hear anything from Almighty God, do you think I will go to that extent? I will not.
Sometimes you hear things that you feel convincingly about. You know, a lot of people, I see a lot of people stand up for Asiwaju. MC Olomo has led million marches, used his machinery continuously because he owes him a lot.
We did it together. He's my brother.
So I've thought you'd run this through someone. Did you run it through anyone that this voice I've heard, or did you just single-handedly take the decision?
Thank you very much. I single-handedly take my own decision. I took it, and I did it myself. I did not discuss with any other person.
It's only yours.
Yes. And let me quickly tell you, some people are doing this kind of a thing by giving them money. I don't do it because of money. I am doing it on merit. What Asiwaju have done? Asiwaju holds my soul. The Almighty God used Asiwaju and Dapo Abiodun when I first sick. Asiwaju and Dapo Abiodun and MC Oluomo, he used them to hold my soul. And we are talking about the body. What is in the body? Somebody that holds my soul, that I should not go, I should not die young. And you think I cannot do anything for that person?
Okay.
So I am in support of Asiwaju. Yeah. And I believe Asiwaju will win the election and this country will change.
So I'm a new fan, sir, because I'm somebody who believes if you do something and believe in something, do it with your chest. Be bold about your decisions and stand by it. And I actually appreciate such people. It shows me a form of integrity. This is what I've done, and I'm standing by it. However, what I hear is a lot of people are trying to pay back. Use the word pay back. Is this time? Let's pay back. Are we paying back from something we think belongs to us? Like, is the country my family property that I want to use to appreciate the good deeds somebody else has done? Are you looking at him to say, okay, I think this man can, manage the resources of this country, he has the capacity, or are you just sentimental about the payback?
No. I've seen, when Asiwaju was a governor of Lagos State, I was not young to that extent. I'm a matured person. Then, I saw what he did. The man performed more than people's expectations. That one alone is enough for me to support him, apart from the voice that I heard.
Let's go back to this voice. How often do you hear these voices?
When I slept that day, when I was sleeping, I heard it. It came like a revelation.
So how often, do you hear it for your children? Do you hear it for your family? Do
No.
you hear it, or just is
No.
one time, first time you ever heard this voice?
No. That's been happening to me on a series of matters.
Okay.
Different matters.
Different matters.
Where you heard the
Yes.
voice. And this voice always tells
And
you
I
to go
used
naked?
to that. I used to that, yes.
This voice always tells you to go naked all the time?
Thank you very much. It did not. I did not do that before. Oh. Have you ever seen me nakedly on social media? I'm just asking. When you did not see me on something of that, definitely the one I did, I was instructed to do that one.
Right.
You understand me? That's what it's a task.
So you're a thespian. You've been acting for a long time. For me, when I saw it, I was like, well, he's an actor. Maybe he's just acting.
No, it's not just an acting. No. It's just not like. Though I'm an actor, I'm a professional theater practitioner, but that one, don't see it as an acting.
Do you think this would affect your career, sir? Do you think people would still want to engage you to do their movies, knowing that you've gone all out like this, go naked for Asiwaju?
Well, I would say no, it won't affect my career for some philosophers and wise people. But some dumb, they can think otherwise because they don't really understand what we call revelation. You understand me? So that's all. Now, after that, I got 3 days ago, after I went to the beach and did what I do.
Yeah.
I received another ambassadorship, and it's part of it. So I believe it won't affect me.
When we hear going to the beach to do that kind of thing, we always hear things like water spirits, you're conjuring with the Ogbanjes, Abikus, and all that. Are you not afraid that it's influencing? What's Yemoja?
Well, I don't need to be afraid. It depends on my
conviction.
You understand?
You know, there's a clash of religion here and practice. I am Muslim, and I understand native ways very well. Sometimes I threaten my friend, I go naked swear for you, you know, because I understand native ways. But it's not something I would ever do. I can threaten with it, but it's not something I would ever do.
That is the reason why I said individual differences.
Yeah, just a moment. So when you hear voices as a Muslim, does it now translate in the ways that are not Muslim? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Being at the beach, be in front of the ocean, signifies worship of the deity of the ocean, which is Yemoja in Yoruba custom, and in another custom, I mean any name, you know. And the Beninese, when they go before the beach, it has a deeper meaning. They worship the deity. And you are Muslim. There's a clash here for a Muslim.
Thank you very much. I want you to go back and rewatch the video. You will see that I did not mention Yemoja.
Olodumare.
Yes. So you forget about that. Leave that to Almighty God and my very self.
To judge.
So, to judge. I did not mention Yemoja. Yemoja, Oluweri. Don't forget. I followed the instruction and I did it.
And you mentioned the creator of the Yemoja himself.
And I want to tell you, Mrs. Oloremi Tinubu was the one that did a wonderful thing in my life before I knew Asiwaju, our husband. And I will never forget. I am not here to abuse anybody or to insult anybody. Those who have abused me, those who have done a lot of things, attacked, I saw everything on social media. You are nice. You are still my party. All I need is your vote for Asiwaju. Let's put the man there. It will surprise everybody in an alternative way. Believe me. Forget about my nakedness. You did not see my.
Oh, we can't forget about your nakedness.
This breakfast, sir.
Forget about that one.
We can't forget it.
You cannot forget it.
This one they won't forget in a long time.
You need my ID.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's unforgettable.
The only thing you cannot forget is my toto, and I did not show it.
Jesus Christ.
I did not show it.
This is Monday morning.
It's difficult for me to see an agbalagba like you talking like toto.
Don't be annoyed. There are people put me that way.
Okay,
they push me there.
Let me wrap up. Let us. It's still Monday. Let us not get too. Still Monday. But thank you very much for coming to clarify. Because we're equally shocked, just like many Nigerians. Chelsea, but people say, Baba, he died you. But you know, listen, it's your choice. You're an adult. You've done what you feel you need to do. And everybody is respected for their own choices, but
you know, when I wear something, I wear something.
You didn't wear anything, no?
I wear something.
I read the inside.
Nylon. We are using it for film making, but nobody can see that.
When you turn back,
yes, nylon. I wear it. Okay. Yes, well, you cannot know. But I think no film.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
But they did not know.
Wow.
All I want is. I want everybody.
Nah, body has calmed down.
Of course.
I think
that is all we can take on this segment. Thank you very much, Alhaji, for joining us this morning.
Thank you, madam.
I just hope that we won't get any more surprises and no more voices, at least.
Please,
voices. Now, after the while, let the lectures finish.
But I haven't finished the program. No, the one that
they told you.
I'm still continue. That is part one. You cannot see nakedness again, but you will see another surprise for Asiwaju from me.
Yeah, that's all we can take on today's show. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.